Hello, my students. I want to thank you for all the help you've been giving me, testing all kinds of different lessons, games, activities, and videos, and letting me know what you think. I know a lot of you liked watching Quaver's videos and playing his games, doing those activities, but sadly, I was not able to work out the permission I needed to use these Quaver games. So we're going to try something different and different platform, different kind of games, exercises, and I want to get your opinion on these and tell me if they're too hard or too easy. They might be a little better for kids who are a little older than you, but I want to hear what you have to say. So I'm going to show you that new platform in just a minute, but first I need to teach you something about music. So in Music Land, we have these 5 lines and all these spaces in between the lines, and that tells us how high, remember, pitch can be high or it can be low, and so they park notes on these lines or spaces to tell us how high or how low the sound should be, and so we call this the staff. It has these 5 lines, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines, and it has 4 spaces in between all the lines. And on any instrument, including a piano, these different lines and spaces represent a different note. And so if a pianist sees a note right here on this very first line, they know they should play that note on the keyboard. These funny looking little shapes, we call these, this is a clef, that's another clef. And the clef tells you how high or how low it's going to be. So this is our treble clef, that's our bass clef. The treble clef, we're going to get to be good friends with the treble clef. That is where you and I talk and sing our voices. The pitches we make, they're somewhere in these lines and spaces. And so let's understand what the lines and spaces mean when we see a treble clef on our 5-line staff. So the treble clef can also be called the G clef because you see where all these curly cues right smack in the middle of this this line happens to be called the G line. And the G line, we can always count up or down and figure out what the next space or what the next line is because you guys know your alphabet. Now in Music Land, the alphabet only goes up to the letter G. And so if we're going to keep going up past G, say we want to put a note in this space, we're not going to call it note H. We're going to start all over on A. The space is an A. This line is a B. This line is a C, D, E, F. Let me show you instead of just talking about it. Okay, so we know this line is a G, and if we keep adding notes, we go up. We start all over with our music alphabet. It makes sense that the notes will go up because it looks higher, so it's going to sound higher. The next line is going up the alphabet to a B, and so on and so forth. It goes all the way up. And you can probably take a wild guess what this space is below the G line. That space is one note below or lower than G, and so if you count through the alphabet, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Okay, F comes right before G. It doesn't show up, but that space is an F. And you know what? It's kind of fun and easy way to remember what all the spaces are with the treble clef is that they make an acronym. An acronym is just a bunch of letters that make a word. And so this is an F, A, C, E. What word is that? F, A, C, E. That spells face, doesn't it? Alright, so now that you know everything there is to know about the treble clef on the staff, let's go do an activity or ask you a bunch of questions. So I'm going to give you this link, aurelia.cloud, and it takes you right to this page, and you're going to type in your username, your password, and this is the school code. So your username is going to be your last name. Now Fluffy, that's my dog, Flippy Floppy, Fluffy Flippy Floppy, she's not actually a student, but we're going to pretend she's going to take this class. Your password is password. There's no capitals, it's just type in password. And then this word down here, this is my musicality with a hyphen and trial after that. Okay, but I'll put that in writing for you. You click the login, and it's going to ask you a few, hopefully you won't see that. It'll ask you a few questions. Click this box, submit, click the I accept, and ta-da, you are inside your class. The class is called Music Appreciation, and you're going to go over to the black start button. Start, and here we go. Here are all the activities you're going to work through. So activity number 1, it's going to ask you about your spaces on the treble clef. Now, this makes random questions, so the questions you're about to see, they're going to be in different order, there'll be different questions, so let me just show you how to answer these questions. So this says enter an E on a space. We're working with our spaces. And you see as I drag my hand up and down, it shows the different notes. And so if we figure this out, all the spaces, the acronym is FACE. And so this space is an F. Well, that's not going to be the right space. That space is an A, C, E. Okay, F-A-C-E, they asked for the E. That must be the right space. And I'll click submit. Ta-da! And it tells me. All right, go to the next one. Ooh, what note is this? All right, I think back to my acronym. FACE, F-A-C, E is the one above it, so that's a C. I'm going to click on C and submit. Yay! All right, enter an F on a space. Okay, so my acronym FACE, F-A-C-E. I'm going to pretend this is the correct space. This is an F, but I'm going to pretend to make a mistake. Maybe I can't remember my acronym and I choose that space instead. Let's see what it tells us. It tells us what the correct answer is, and it shows us what our incorrect answer was. And you can listen to these. That's an F. That's an A. That's too high. They want an F down here on this space. Alright, what note is this? You tell me. If our acronym is FACE, this is F space, this is the A space, this is the C space, and the next space is E. So let me click on the C. Here it is. Okay. And you're going to see there are actually 10 questions to go through. I'm going to keep clicking through real quick because I want to get to, actually I'm not able to click through. Let me answer these real quick. So I think you get the idea. The acronym F-A-C-E, submit, because I want to show you the line activity. F. F-A-C, and F-A-C-E, I can remember that. And alright, so now this set of questions, you'll see over here we've progressed from activity 1 to activity 2. And now this activity is asking us about the lines. The lines do not have a fancy acronym to help us remember. It's like that's not very helpful. Some people remember a sentence where this E stands for every good boy deserves fudge or fruit or something like that. But another way you can figure it out is if you remember your acronym for the face on your spaces. Well, if this is the F space, if I go down one note, well, that's going to be an E. You can also remember that this is your G clef, this is your G line. So if you go up the alphabet, G, A, B, C, D, E, F. So let's see if we can figure out our lines. What note is that? Oh, that line is on the G line, because the G line, this is the G clef. And so let me click on the G. So you're just going to do your best with this. If you can't remember, that's okay. That's why you get to practice. This is the E line, because if this is the F space and I go down to my music alphabet, A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay, the note I said before F, below F is an E. There it is. And you'll notice, because the music alphabet starts all over again after we hit G, there's this E, And this space up here is an E. That's a much higher E than this E down here. All right, well, notice this, that's on our G line. And what note is this? That's a D. Because this is, especially if you remember your acronym, F-A-C. If this is the C space, if I go up one note, that's going to be the note D. Correct. Okay, enter an E on a line. Remember, I've done this a bunch of times now. This is my E line. Because if this is an F space, A, B, C, D, E, there's my E, there's my F. And it keeps going up. G, A, B, C, D, E, F. All right, so let's submit that. It's good. All right, well, notice this. If that's my F space, F, G, and it starts all over again at A space and goes out to a B, okay? Even if you don't memorize it, if you just understand how to count up the music alphabet, you can get every single one of these correct. All right, enter an E on the line. They keep asking us for that one, so I think I'm starting to memorize this bottom line as an E. If you can't remember, just remember your acronym, F-A-C-E, FACE acronym. The line, the note below an F is going to be an E, A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay, and that's a G line, because it's our G clef, or triple clef, same thing. And our acronym is F-A-C-E. If this is an A, I know in the alphabet A, B, well, that must be the next note right there, that line. Submit. Yay. All right. Now, you'll see that we've jumped up to activity number 3, and that is note reading number 3, and there are only 5 questions instead of 10, but now it's going to be lines or spaces, okay? And so that's going to be right there. That's that A from our FACE acronym. Okay, here's our FACE acronym again on a space. So it's not telling you whether you're looking for a line or for a space in this one. But since this is the G clef, we know that line is a G. And E. Ooh, we can choose either the E line or the E space. Which one are you going to pick? It can be either one. They're both correct. And the computer knows that it will be correct. All right. And ooh, that is our E in the E space. Submit. Ta-da. All right. Then you're going to jump to, it's going to progress you to this, instead of a game, this is some text. And I'm going to put a link in here for me to explain the next rhythm thing that you're going to learn. We're going to switch from pitch, reading the staff. We're going to go to reading how long your notes last. So that's going to be your rhythm activity. So, but we're going to stop the video here, and I want you to log in to, this is called Aurelia or Musician. You're going to log in, you're going to open up your music appreciation. It's going to go to this tab here, the purple test, and you're going to see music appreciation. You might have to click that little arrow to make this appear. You'll see that, and you'll click start, and you'll do exactly what we've already worked through. So, and that started me all over, which is fine. All right, guys, thanks. I'll talk to you soon.